Let's start with this one from the WTO. Congratulations to 23 participants, Iraq being one of those, for completing WTO Ascension training and market access negotiations on goods. This tells us Iraq is preparing for that ascension. I continue to hear out of Iraq that they hope for that announcement this week. The efforts are just absolutely, I think, phenomenal. We don't have a date and rate, but we can see Iraq is going to a market economy in the private sector. Parliamentary Finance Committee praises al-Sudani. He has a real will to boost non-oil revenues. Question: what happened to the unpublished Gazette edition, possibly containing the 2024 budget? It's still in the top drawer and next to the blue box with the red bow tie on it that says HCL. I believe we are extremely close, Emo, to what we want to see. The difference between the exchange rate and the effective exchange rate is this: an exchange rate is a price at which one currency can be exchanged for another. It reflects the current market value of a currency in relation to another currency. The real effective exchange rate, on the other hand, is a more comprehensive measure that evaluates a country's currency relative to a basket of other major currencies adjusted for inflation. The RIA provides insights into a country's international competitiveness by considering how much goods and services cost in different countries. They have a real effective exchange rate already. It's being used. My gut feeling is screaming I'm going to finally get to call it quits before Halloween. I am so darn hopeful we are on the short and skinny side of this thing. Al-Sudani: all I aspire to is to serve the Iraqis. Quote, we are turning into a promising country that represents a cornerstone in the stability of the Middle East, he said, adding, Iraq and the United States are bound by the Strategic Framework Agreement in 2008, and we are working to activate it. He stressed that the Iraqi people are currently living in a state of hope and optimism. I truly believe one of their agendas in sustainable development is revaluing the Iraqi currency. Sudani stated many times, be careful Iraq, Iraq is stronger than the dollar. They're going to be, as hammered at home, somewhat of the savior of the global financial system. How are you going to do that at 1,310 when you never did it before? Obviously they're going to do something completely different. Question: what's the process of the new rate going live on Forex? The CBI, when they officially announce it to the world, at the same moment those words are coming out of their mouth, then they push a button that sends the official rate all over the world, not just to currency exchanges but to banks, to reserves, to those that need the information. Now, remember, rates in the redemption centers will be the best rates, higher than the banks, and this is something that was orchestrated to give us the highest possible rate. It's true of the dong, and it's certainly true of the dinar as well. From all sources, this is the week we have been waiting for. Things are moving. Iraq is filthy with assets. All non-oil income, natural resources, are taken into consideration when they figure a real effective exchange rate, which we haven't seen. The original $3.22 was based off oil. It was not based off non-oil, taxes at the borders, income derived from phone bills, electronics, sales tax, things of that nature. Question: are we waiting for after our elections, or does it have anything to do with it? No, our elections have nothing to do with the monetary reform of Iraq. No, those are completely two different tracks, two different directions, destinations. Although one is depending on the other. Why do you think the US Treasury told Sudani, get your butt back there and get this done? The Prime Minister's advisor for financial affairs, Mazar Mohammed Saleh, stated that the 2024 budget, which entered into force, had a precautionary deficit of about 64 trillion dinars. Saleh said in a press statement that the average Iraqi oil sales for 2024 are estimated at no less than $75 per barrel, noting that the general financial need for bridge loans, which are short-term loans, to address the possibility of a deficit may not exceed 10 trillion dinars in all cases, which are borrowing amounts permitted under Law No. 13. The financial advisor added that the country's financial life in 2024 is proceeding smoothly, wondering, otherwise how did the Ministry of Finance issue 2024 in cooperation with the Central Bank of Iraq, achievement bonds, for public subscription? Saleh explained that these bonds are denominated in Iraqi dinars and come in multiple categories, including a category of 500,000 Iraqi dinars for 2 years with an annual return of 6.5%, indicating that these bonds are a safe investment, as the government is committed to paying annual interest on them, and they are an integral part of bridging the deficit in the general budget for the year 2024, which means that they will come into effect. The Parliamentary Security Committee confirmed, on Monday, that violating Iraqi airspace will not be a picnic, attributing this to the recent reinforcements. Member of the Parliamentary Security Committee, MP Yasser Iskander, said in an interview with Al Maluma, the strategy to enhance the security of Iraqi airspace is proceeding with the implementation of its provisions.